Okay everyone, so we are at example 4 now. In this example 4, we have a figure here. You can see that there are multiple triangles within these big triangles here. So we need to be very clear so that we don't mix numbers up. The angles are given to you here. Please read the question properly. Okay, you can pause the video, read it first before you continue. Okay, so find the length of AD, CE, and BE. So these are the three lengths they want to find. So let's start with the first one, AD. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna draw it in red so you can see better. This is my line AD that I want to find. If I am looking at the line AD, if I attempt to use trigo, then the triangle must be right angle triangle. So looking at this line, let's attempt to find a right angle triangle. If I look at the biggest one, I can't because none of the angles are 90 degree. So I must use this triangle embedded inside this one because I have a 90 degree right here. Okay, then I can use my trigo ratios. And now I have 45 degree on the left at vertex A, 45 at vertex D. Which one do I use? Now it doesn't matter, you can choose either one to use. So let's say I decided to go with, okay, let me just draw this line. So now let's say I decided to go with vertex A. I will name this side O, and I will name this side A. A is definitely going to be used because it's the only side with a length 25, the number 25 given, and I want to find AD. I'm definitely going to use this. So now time to make the next decision. So you have already decided which triangle to use. You have decided on the reference angle. And the third decision in this question is to use which trigo. You have three. Either you use tangent, cosine, or sine. You have A, you have H. So you are going to use cosine. Okay? So there are three decisions to make for part A. So I'm going to use cosine 45 degree equals to 25 over AD. And I multiply AD on both sides. So my AD can move to the left, and 25 would then have to be divided by cosine 45 when I divide cosine 45 on both sides. Okay, in calculator, you get that this is 35.3553. Let's keep 6 SF. And my final answer is 35.4 cm. Three significant figure. Okay, now the interesting thing about this question is if I were to use a different reference angle, the angle will still be 45 degree. But my O and my A would have to change. Okay, so when I change my O value and I change my O and A, I swap it up. If I were to use D as a reference angle, okay, this angle A, if I were to use angle D as a reference angle, then I'm going to have sine 45 degree equals to 25 over AD. I'm writing this for you to see. Number one is to show you that there are two different ways of looking at it. There's no right or wrong. And number two, I want you guys to pay attention to this interesting fact. Do you see that cosine 45 is equal to 25 over AD, and sine 45 also gives you 25 over AD? And when you key this into calculator, you will arrive at the exact same number. You get 35.4 cm, 3 SF. Okay, so this is a special angle that we will talk about in the next worksheet. Okay, some of the angles are special angles, so 45° is one of them, where cosine of that angle and sine of that angle will give you whatever angle that you use that is less than 90, will give you the exact same value. Okay, alright, so keep this in mind. We'll come back to this special angle in subsequent lessons. Okay, part B, CE. So we want to find the line CE. I'm going to erase what I've drawn here, so therefore it's a good idea for you to use pencil. So let's come back to CE. CE is this line that is embedded inside a triangle. I want to look for a right angle triangle for me to solve this, and I have a length given. So which triangle should I use? In order to choose the triangle, we must at least find a triangle with one length with 90° and an angle given to me. So which triangle can give me all these three? Okay, it will be this blue color triangle here, because number 1, I have a length 25 cm. Number 2, on a straight line, if the other side is right angle, this side is also right angle. And number 3, I have 60° given to me at vertex A. I have all three information, so I'm going to use this triangle. Next, after deciding on the triangle, I need to start to think, what is my reference angle? The reference angle is clearly A over here, okay, because it's the only angle given to us. Although yes, we can calculate the other one, but you don't have to go through that trouble. And the last one, which trigo ratio should you choose? Tangent, cosine, or sine? Okay, so we take a look first. We want to find CE. I must pick this. So I label this. This O, this is H, and this is A. I must pick that. And I also must take the H because it's the only side that's given to us. So O and H. Which ratio should I use? It must be sine. So for this question, part B, I will take sine 60° will be equals to CE over 25. So I get CE equals to 21.6506 equals to 21.7 cm. This will be 6 significant figure, and this will be 3 significant figure. Okay. Last one, find BE. I'm gonna erase everything again. So I need to go and find BE. Right here. So if I were to find the value for this length BE, you realize that it is not the full side triangle. It doesn't go to BA. So I first have to decide which triangle do I want to use. Okay, so let's take a look. I want to find a triangle that gives me one length, right angle, and one angle. So which triangle should I use? Now, I have no length given to me here, except for what I found in CE. So what if I recycle the number that I use in part B? Okay, 21.6506. Okay, what if I recycle 21.6506? This is the only length I have. I recycle it. And if I were to use 21.6506, I must use this right angle. And angle given to us, we don't have. But can we find it? Okay, if we were to use this triangle, let me use a black pen. If you were to use this triangle here we must first find out one of the angle, either at vertex B or vertex C. So can you now follow me here? I'm going to draw it, color it so that you can see it. Can you follow me that actually there is another triangle that is slightly bigger? This triangle here, can you see it? In this big triangle, I can apply angle sum of triangle to find out this angle here. Okay, you can pause the video and look back if you are not too sure. Okay, let me just write the working down for you. I can find out the angle EBC. It will be 180 degree, minus 60 degree, and minus 90 degree. I get that EBC is 30 degree. The reason is because of angle sum of triangle. Okay, so once you finish this set of working, my third side is done. My first decision is done. I've decided to use BEC, okay, because I found the angle, which is 30 degree right here. So reference angle, it definitely be the one at B because I just found it. And lastly, which trigo should I use? Label the sides first. This will be H, this will be O, this will be A. Questions want us to find BE, so A must be used. I have O given to, not given, but I have O because I found it in the previous part. So O and A, I must use tangent. Okay, so this will be the working. Tangent 30 degree equals to 21.6506 over BE. So therefore, BE equals to 21.6506 divided by tangent 30, which will give us 37.4999 6 SF, and final answer 34.5 cm 3 SF. And this will be the answer for the last part. Okay, so please take the remaining time to do your practice and assignment. Okay, I'll collect it from you on the 12th August. Okay, thank you.